What's going on, everybody? C4 here today, and it's time to talk about the first victory night for the Philadelphia Eagles as they dump the Buffalo Bills 20-16. And like last week, it is the preseason. There's only so much excitement one man can have, and I'm tired of shit. I've been recording Madden all day, and this Eagles game was my little break. But the Eagles won. Anytime the Eagles win, preseason or not, I am pretty damn hyped. They looked, both teams, both the Eagles and the Bills, didn't look great. Obviously, the Bills, I would say, look worse with their starters. 2 interceptions for Tyrod Taylor. Gross. But it was a sloppy game on both sides of the ball. But let's jump into the grades. That's what we're here to talk about. We're going to jump right in with the quarterbacks on the Philadelphia Eagles. Matt McGloin, 12 for 20, 131 yards, interception. Dane Evans, 9 of 12, 92 yards, and an interception. So the backups, I like Dane Evans over McGloin. The interception wasn't really his fault. Hopefully Nick Foles, though, does come back for game number 3 so we can see a lot of Nick Foles because he's a capable player, and we might see a little bit more of our depth wide receivers than what we see right now. And obviously the starter, Carson Wentz, 6 of 9, 56 yards. He got sacked once, but Wentz looked pretty good in the second half the second quarter when really Doug kept them in. I'm really surprised that the starters were in as long as they were, but they looked real bad, real sloppy in the first quarter. Then the second quarter, they finally got, I don't know what, a fire lit on their ass or something, and they played pretty damn well. So for the quarterbacks as a whole, I'd give them a C with upside, more closer to a C plus than a C minus, but definitely could have been better from the depth perspective. Look at the running backs. Corey Clement, 8 rushes, 34 yards, and a touchdown. Very nice touchdown for Clement. Byron Marshall had six touches for 21 yards and a touchdown as well. Both touchdowns, I really like them. LeGarrette Blount, 5 rushing attempts for 8 yards, and he had a fumble on a reception. I'm seeing a lot of flashbacks. I don't know about you guys, but I'm seeing a lot of flashbacks to DeMarco Murray's time here in Philadelphia with LeGarrette Blount. Still kind of feels like when he's in the backfield, we're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. Doesn't look like we're naturally calling smash mouth type plays that he excels at. I don't know if that's because it's the preseason. You don't want to give away too many looks, but it's not looking great, and it doesn't help that the offensive line has been very poor. They were bad against the Packers. They were blitzing every play, but they still were bad, and they definitely weren't hot shit at all this game. They got to pick it up, man. I really want to see the offensive line, especially next week. Week 3 in the preseason is usually the most important game. The final, what do they call it? The final trial run, if you will, before the regular season. I want to see more of that offensive line because it was very bad. But overall, seeing the 2 rushing touchdowns from the running backs, I'm going to give them a B as a solid grade. Blount did not look great, but Clement and Marshall did their job. Serviceable, commendable job. Jumping to the wide receivers, Marcus Johnson led the team with 2 catches for 45 yards. One of the darlings of training camp. Nice to see him finally out there. Looks like, the battle is going to be on for that last wide receiver spot. I think it will come down between him and Greg Ward Jr., I believe. And Greg Ward, to his credit as well, had a big 29-yard catch, real tough catch. With Greg Ward, too, you kind of have another emergency quarterback. I know we have Lane Johnson, but we have an emergency quarterback there. Billy Brown, 4 catches, 34 yards. I mean, upside at the tight end spot, probably going to land on the practice squad. Aguilar, 2 catches, 28 yards. He actually didn't drop anything and made 2 pretty good catches, so I want to see more of Aguilar here in the 3rd game. And then we got Alshon Jeffrey, 2 catches, 23 yards in his first preseason performance. They had him in, too, with the starters into the second quarter. So I kind of like how Doug Peterson, no player was off limits. Everyone played like shit, so you're staying until you got it right. And Alshon looked, as good as you could look for 2 catches. But I like everything. It was hype. Everyone got hype in the link when he made his catches, so that was great to see. Only other real note is Matt Collins only had 1 target, and he made the catch for 6 yards. I would like to see him get target more because the Mac Hollins, Mac Daddy hype train is real. But he didn't get targeted. I don't know what the reasoning was for that, but maybe they thought of him high enough that he wasn't staying in the game as much because with the Jordan Matthews trade, we need those guys to be healthy. So maybe he's considered. His stock has risen enough that when they brought in the second batch of players, they're like, no, Mac, you're good. You're with us. You're with the ones. I don't know if that was the case, but let's just go with that. Look at kicking. Sturgis, 2 of 3. Real shaky throughout this preseason. It's been shaky at best, so maybe bring in some competition there to have. We had it last year with Cody Parkey. Maybe that'll bring the best out of Sturgis. Looking at available free agents, Dan Carpenter. Maybe if he agrees to grow back his mullet, you can bring him in. I don't know. But yeah, actually, great for the wide receivers. Yeah, I didn't see a lot of drops, so I just give a B for the wide receivers. Special teams as a whole, C plus. Probably nothing was too bad. We didn't get much in terms of the return game. We signed that guy. I can't remember his damn name, but he's supposed to be a terrific punt returner. So hopefully we get to see some of that during this preseason. So really the summer in the offensive line is kind of, outside of the grades, the hot take I had on Twitter is it's been my unpopular opinion amongst Eagle fans that I don't really see Lane Johnson as a left tackle. There's nothing wrong with being a perennial right tackle. John Runyon was a perennial right tackle. He's one of the most beloved offensive linemen in the history of Philadelphia. Every game that Lane Johnson has played left tackle, they have not ran the ball well, and there's been just some sloppy miscommunications and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if that's. Maybe there's more people like me that agree that Lane Johnson should not be a left tackle, or should not be a left tackle, should not be thought of as, okay, when Peters goes down, don't worry, we're just going to make the easy transition from Lane to right to left. I don't think it's going to be as easy as people think. Obviously, Lane is athletic enough that he should be able to make that transition, but I think that if that is the case, he still may be better, lining up on that right-hand side. I don't know. I'm just going to say I wouldn't rule out Philadelphia with their first-round pick next year going after an offensive tackle. Really, really strong offensive tackle class. That is where that's going to end on the offensive side of things. Jumping to the defense. Defense played really, really good. Definitely, I'm going to give the defense as a whole right now a really good performance. Much better than what it was last week against the Green Bay Packers. Brooks led the team with 7 tackles. 5 tackles for Graham. 4 tackles from Joe Walker, 2 sacks from Steven Means. That battle between Steven Means and Alex McAllister for the last defensive end spot is on. I want to say Gator bias. McAllister has looked really good as well, but I think Means, probably statistically speaking, and he's really real high motor. He might be the guy that gets that last spot, and they throw McAllister on the practice squad. Mitchell White, who was terrible all game, got the game-stealing interception in the red zone, so I guess that's good for him. Good for him. I'll take it. I guess doesn't make me forget that you just got, had a real bad game. But it was nice to see that interception. McAllister had a sack. Derek Barnett got a sack. I don't know. I made this tweet out. I don't know if I've seen a rookie on the Eagles' defensive side of the ball that has been as dominant as Derek Barnett. It is the preseason. You don't want to get too ahead of yourselves, but, that's all we have to go on right now, and he's looked exceptional. The hype is real there with Derek Barnett. I think over the course of 2 games, Derek Barnett has slightly edged his way ahead of Matt Collins for the rookie hype train. We got a sack from Jordan Hicks. He's the god. We got interception and a sack story from Michael Kendricks, who's playing it out of his mind. So either way, we're happy. Right now, Michael Kendricks is either making it so we don't always have to run 2 linebacker sets with Bradham and Hicks on the field. We can now, expand a little bit, which it seems like, Jim Schwartz was hesitant to do last year. And capable linebacker. Kendricks is finally going to start playing like he did a couple years ago when he was actually pretty damn good. Or the other option is his trade value is skyrocketing right now. And I know with no second or third round pick in the upcoming draft, I think a second is an absolute... I don't think that's even within the realm of possibility. But a third round pick with how Michael Kendricks is playing, maybe you package in a later round pick. That may be how he wants to do to try to recoup that, as well as get Kendricks' contract off the books. And then lastly, we have the other interception from Ronald Darby. Like, the first drive of the game dropped. People are saying on Twitter that it was a surefire pick 6. I don't think so. It looked like he was too far behind the play. The wide receiver was in front of his arms to come out and get it, but made a great pass breakup. And then he had the interception against the starter. So unlike, E.J. Gaines, the guy the Bills traded Sammy Watkins for, he got his pick against Matt McGloin. We got Darby, who picked off Tyrod Taylor, who looked real bad in this game. So, no more hype. You can't be any more hype for Ronald Darby. I'm going to give the MVP to Ronald Darby from this game. But all in all, guys, overall grades, I'm going to say Philly gets a B- for the day. Defense looks spectacular. Offense looks shaky. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comment section below. I know the Ron Darby hype is going to be real for all you guys out there. This is your first time stopping by. It's your boy C445 here, trying to become one of the most popular Eagles channels on YouTube. So, that is kind of full of myself, but I believe we have the potential to do that and reach that levels of reputation and respectability. So hopefully we can hit that. So subscribe if you like the content. And until next time, it's C4 saying smash that like button for the first Eagles victory of the 2017 season. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.